Recently I was asked the question of like why I got into off-road and like why I'm interested in it. And you know, I didn't really think about it at the time. I was like, I don't know, I just am. But it kind of makes sense because for me it goes all the way back just growing up. I was always into dirt bikes, trucks, pickup trucks. Like I literally always wanted a Dodge Ram King Cab pickup truck. I sadly never got one, but I got another kind of pickup truck. Yeah, so I was always really into those trucks, dirt bikes and things. Growing up, had a little 50 dirt bike. Me and my dad would go dirt biking in the forests of Michigan and just kind of always had dirt bikes. Moved to Oregon, we got quads for the sand dunes and stuff. And that's when I started looking at like 4x4s because like everyone seemed to have like mudding vehicles out there. Eventually, when I was old enough, you know, I had a Mustang as my first car, but then I eventually traded that and ended up getting a YJ, a 92 YJ. Took it off-roading, mudding and stuff. Took it to the dunes a little bit. It was a sick Jeep. Like I had 35-inch tires, which isn't big now, but it had like a spring-over axle lift, which I think like 8 or 9-inch lift, which is pretty crazy for like a 16-year-old to have, I feel like. But so that was a lot of fun. And then really there was like a huge gap between that and then where I got back into Jeeps was probably like 12 years because I had that for a little bit and then I had to get something more realistic like a Honda Civic. You know, went to college, moved around a bit, finally landed in Arizona. I've been in Arizona about 10 years. And again, that sparked my interest in Jeeps and stuff, although I didn't get one. I got a dirt bike, so I kept dirt biking again. I kept getting hurt, not like really bad, but I don't know, I'd go out to the track, hit a jump, hurt my ankles a bunch, and I just kept hurting myself. And then I also didn't have anyone to ride with out here. Like, I don't know about you guys, but when I'm out in the desert riding a dirt bike, something about the fact that it's like super fast paced and you're like pushing yourself, you're constantly like seeing how high you can get on that jump, how fast you can take that corner. It's almost like you do it and you look to see, did your buddy see, or like, can you do it better than you? And you like push each other. You don't just putt around on a dirt bike. At least I never did. Like it's either balls to the wall or nothing. But the Jeep, I feel like it's almost more meant to cruise, you know, and like I actually almost prefer going alone sometimes. Like I can literally just put it drive, creep around going 4 miles an hour and it just feels good. Like it's slow, it's quiet, it's peaceful. I got the AC, I got an energy drink, I got snacks and stuff. It's just a lot better solo than a dirt bike. So eventually got rid of my dirt bike. I actually sold it to pay for an engagement ring. But I had a Jeep JKU at the time. And that is when I then started off-roading. So I think the combination of me getting the JKU and then needing money for the engagement ring, it's like, all right, well, I'm already off-roading a little bit. I don't really need the dirt bike anymore. And that was pretty cool. But then after a little while, my wife wasn't loving the JKU. It was like, I don't know, a little outdated for her. It was like bumpy and shaky because like someone else did all the work because I had bought it like lifted and stuff. So I was like, all right, let's start over. Let's do a Gladiator because we needed a pickup truck for like camping, hauling, all of our DIY projects and stuff like that. So we got a Gladi. It was pretty much bone stock when I got it. Once I got that and I just started off-roading more, but then I started making videos and pushing stuff on Instagram. Not that I have a big following by any means, but seeing my work, because I do video production on the side. I have well, not on the side, it's my career, but I have a side business where I make video production. So I like to then take that onto YouTube and Instagram and stuff. Even though I don't quite do the same level, like I do a very stripped back version. Like even this is just a DJI Pocket on a tripod. If this was like a full video production setup, I'd literally have like probably 2 cameras, some reflectors, higher quality mic, you know, all this stuff. But I like getting out and just getting content. Mainly even if no one's watching, because no one pretty much is, I at least get a look back years, months from now, and see kind of where I've come from and just what I've done. Anyway, all that to be said, like once I got the Gladiator, like the other thing that I didn't think I'd really fall in love with was like researching all the upgrades, the mods. You know, what's the best tire? What's the best lift kit? What's the best sway bar? Whatever, all this stuff. So that's been super fun. And since it was bone stock when I got it, putting all the research into the exact parts that I want, even if it takes a little bit longer to afford, like just doing it the right way was what I have fun with. And then it's kind of fun too, like, I mean, I'm also have this goal too, if you've watched some of my other videos, the trail vlogs. I'm trying to do every trail in Arizona, at least like all the trails on Trails Off-Road, because that's the app I use. I know a lot of people use OnX, but I'm at least basing it off Trails Off-Road, and there's like 500 trails or something. I've done a lot prior to me starting this journey, so I'm only at like trail vlog 10, even though I've done way more trails than that, so I'm kind of behind. So I'm like backtracking on some of the trails. So I guess you combine like just hitting all the trails, relaxing, going out, and then building up your Jeep, and then seeing how they perform on the trail is like the best thing. Like I've literally done, I have a video about this, like my 35s versus 38s, but I went to Elvis, 35s, 2.5-inch lift, couldn't get up this one obstacle. Come back with my 38-inch tires, and I made it up. Like that to me is what's so fun about it. And like, it's not all just relaxing. Like it is pretty like heart pumping on some of the rock obstacles, because you're worried about, more so worried about like damaging your vehicle, especially when you got like a newer one like this. I love trying new trails constantly. I was into hiking for a little bit, and I never liked doing the same hike trail twice. Like to me, it's always got to be new. Unless it's a really good trail, I typically still would rather do something new than something again. So that's kind of similar how I feel off-roading. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's kind of a roundabout way of saying why or how I got into off-road, why I like it so much. I just do, you know, I don't know. I'd love to hear why you guys like it. For me, it's just peaceful, it's fun. You can push your vehicle, and you can just get all sorts of awesome upgrades to make it even better. So hopefully I actually stick with it, which I think I will. I don't see me like stopping anytime soon, and I hope I can actually get to like 500 trails, which would be pretty sweet. I could see it taking 25 years, but hey, I got my whole life, so. All right, guys, thanks for watching. I will see you in the next one.